Yeah, so hi guys, I basically just wanted to show you the very simple rig that me and Carl use when we're method feeder fishing. So yeah, this is basically all the stuff you're going to need. This is what I use for a hook length. I don't really like the fluoro stuff. So I use this micro braid. It's really thin stuff. It's 15 pound. Yeah, it's 15 pound. Obviously where you got real small eyes on the smaller hooks for the method feeder fishing, I needed a thinner material and I really don't like fluorocarbon. So yeah, and I stumbled across that stuff, and to be honest with you, it's absolutely spot on. So yeah, you're going to need your choice of hook, which I've gone for the Guru Super MWG Barbless. You're going to need your bait band, a couple of knot pullers, and some scissors. That is basically all you're going to need. So yeah, to start with, I'll pull off about 10 inches of the braid, which I'll measure on me on the other rig box over here. I mean, that's about 10 inches. Then you want to get yourself one of your rubber bands out. And then you simply just feed the line through the band. And then there's a simple overhand knot. And I like to leave a loop of probably about, I try to leave one for probably about 10 mil, which I'll show you why in a second. So try and pull that down to it's about 10 mil, which I reckon is about right. It's probably a little bit longer than 10 mil, but it'll do. So basically you've got your band just tied onto the braid like so. And then you want to get your scissors and then just trim your tag end off obviously. And then you want to get your hook, which I've gone for the old Guru Super MWG size 10s. Great hooks they are. I was always I think I explained in one of my other videos actually on YouTube that I was always went to the Guru QM1 hooks. I must say, since going over to these, I've been very impressed with them. They are very good hooks. So yeah, anyway, then you just want to pass your braid through the back of the eye, like so. So you're left with basically. So I try and have my knot. I don't know where you can see that. So you've just got a little tiny gap. I try and leave my knot, so you've just got a tiny little gap between the knot and the eye. Because I like to have, and the reason I said about leaving a longer loop is because I like to have a few turns around the loop, just to give you that double line that the loop's on rather than a single. Really, I just find it stops it from kind of like kicking out and stuff like that. And then yeah, just wrap around, obviously over the top of the knot. Just a simple knotless knot. Then you want to come under the knot for a few turns. I usually go about 7 or 8 turns. Basically, I try to go down so that I'm level with the point of the hook. And then one turn back round. And then going back through the back of the eye again. Simply pull it through. Pull it tight. And then that's your knot that's not done. Give it a little pull. So you've basically got a knotless knot with just a band tied onto a loop. And then all I do is I use the old Rig Safe box. That's got the old measuring stick on top there. And I measure mine to, and I don't know why, but I've always gone 3 3/4 inches. I don't know why that is. And then just a simple figure of 8 knot for your loop. And I, again, for some reason, I like to have my loop as big as I can get it. And a little bit of moisture, obviously. So lick my fingers, a little bit of spit on there. And then yeah, I will try and make that loop as big as I can make it. Because I find it easiest to feed through the swivel and then feed the line back through the loop. So you're basically left with something that looks like that. And then obviously you get your knot pullers on through the hook. through the loop, and then just pull that tight. And I always then get the tag end just in between my teeth and just give that a little pull too. And then basically take your tag end off. And I like to leave about 3 or 4 mil for a tag end, just in case you do get any slip in the knot. It gives that little bit of, I've taken a bit more than 3 or 4, I left a bit more than 3 or 4 mil there, but that's fine. And then I do find that sometimes when you pull the knotless knot, it tends to twist on the shank a little bit, the knot. So I just always twist it back just to make sure the hair's coming off the back of the hook. And then, yeah, as you saw, everybody, that is a very, very simple rig to tie. And it's very, very effective. Very effective rig. I mean, I've been using it since I was, since as long as I can remember. And it doesn't very often let me down. So yeah, hope that will help you out, everybody.